All right. So we can't say to someone because of your race. We can't say to someone because of your nationality you can't do a course. Can we say that? No. We can't say to someone because you're pregnant you can't do a course, because these are protective characteristics. If someone's pregnant or if someone's having a child. But we, with regard to location of residence, that is not a protective characteristic. Where you come from, whether you come from Bilston or whether you come from Willenhall or Blakenhall, it doesn't matter. That's not a protective characteristic, is it? It's not protected by equality. So remember that, yeah? Location of residence is not one of the protected characteristics with regards to discrimination. Location of residence is not one of the protective characteristics for discrimination. Think about it carefully. Good health and safety will result in what? Fewer accidents. Yeah? Fewer accidents. Good health and safety will result in fewer accidents. What is your role as the employee for health and safety? Don't forget, we said the employer. The employer's role is to make sure there's policies and procedures in place, yes? But what is your role? To follow policy and procedures that have been set by the employer. To follow policy and procedures that have been set by the employer. You have to do your bit. They will do their bit. And if you're the frontline worker, don't forget if you're the frontline worker, what's going to happen? If you encounter a problem, you should be communicating with your employer. Am I right? If you're the frontline worker. It's like when I went over to that manager and I told him, I said, there's one there and there's one inside, where there was two people that finished downstairs that could have gone upstairs and worked. So I was off duty. There's only two working. It was a bunker. I gave 400 people in there. It's disgusting. So they should have had extra people on there. They should have. But he smiled at me and turned around and says, we got it. And the same was said about yesterday when I was talking about we need to be doing this, we need to be doing that now. And with regard to this Manchester blast, I was watching a bit of Question Time yesterday. I says we need to make sure that we talk to our kids. That's a reactionary measure. What about the proactive measure so that this doesn't happen again? And he was right. What about the proactive measure? Think proactively. If you look to prevent, a better process for you. The classification is greater risk. So if you, as you just mentioned there, if you're working alone at night without a mobile phone, how are you going to contact? Well, that's it, mate. Yeah. So make sure if somebody says to you, go and do this site, say to you, sit down over here, make sure everything's okay, and you've got minutes on your own mobile phone. You ain't got no minutes on there. You say, well, I can't. What should I do if I'm going to call you? I need to call you, and I say, we haven't got no mobile phones. What are you going to say? What should you be saying? No, not going to work, because it's not giving you the safety equipment. Okay. If somebody comes in the night, it might not happen, but if somebody comes in the night and they cause harm to you, who's going to know? Yeah. So if anybody asks you whether you're working in a chicken factory or whether you're working in the Gurdwara, if anybody asks you to do something unsafe, you should refuse to do it, according to the Health and Safety at Work Act 1974. Are we clear with that, yeah? All right. Need to write down RIDDOR, R-I-D-D-O-R, R-I-D-D-O-R. And RIDDOR is to do with reporting procedures. RIDDOR Regulations 1995. Reporting procedures. Reporting procedures. Reporting injuries. Write this down. Reporting injuries. Reporting injuries, diseases, and dangerous occurrences. That's what it stands for. So when you see the word RIDDOR, you should know it's about reporting dangerous diseases and occurrences. So if somebody came in here right now and decided to show us a knife and then run back out, that's a dangerous occurrence. must be reported. Okay, or if a wall collapses, which is nobody gets hurt, even if nobody gets hurt, it's a dangerous occurrence. It should be reported. Okay, the video is all about making sure that all workplaces are all safe.